Hello everyone, welcome back to the POPSICLE KNIGHT channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Please don't forget to hit that like button if you like this video, hit the thumbs down if you don't, and please consider subscribing to this channel if you haven't already. Wow, so it's been a while since I covered any VMAX on this channel, so I'm going to change it up today. For today, we'll be taking a look at Sandaconda V and Sandaconda VMAX along with Zapdos V from the Chilling Reign set. Let's start with Sandaconda V. Sandaconda V is a fighting type with 220 HP. It has 2 retreat costs and it has weakness to grass. It has the ability Wall of Sand. This Pokemon takes 30 less damage from attacks after applying weakness and resistance. While this may seem like an insignificant ability, in reality it's actually really good because now your opponent's Pokemon will have to hit for 250 damage to get a one-hit KO on this Pokemon. It can even tank Zacian V's strong Brave Blade attack. For setting up, I personally recommend this as a more defensive approach than the more offensive Sandaconda V from Rebel Clash. While you probably will not attack with the Sandaconda V, it does have one attack, Land Crush. For 2 fighting and 1 colorless energy, it will deal 140 damage. And then its Gigantamax form is Sandaconda VMAX. It has 320 HP with 3 retreat cost and is weak to grass. It has 2 attacks. The first attack is Sand Pulse. For 1 fighting energy, it will deal 60 damage, and this attack also does 20 damage to each of your opponent's benched Pokemon. And to increase bench damage, I'll be using 2 copies of Telescopic Sight Tool Card, which adds 30 damage to your opponent's benched V or GX Pokemon. That's a 50 damage spread to a lot of 2 or 3 prizers. I really like this attack because for just 1 energy, you're doing such a great spread damage, which sets up for the finishing attack later on. And not only that, because Sandaconda VMAX is a fighting type, we also have access to Stone Fighting Energy, which increases Sandaconda's defense, allowing it to take 20 less damage from your opponent's Pokemon's attack. So while it tanks a lot more hit, you can just continue attacking with Sand Pulse. Its second attack is G-Max Cyclone. For 2 fighting and 1 colorless energy, it will deal 180 damage. And then you can choose to move energies around your board from one Pokemon to another in any way you like. Not only will this attack be able to 2-hit KO any Pokemon in the game, there's actually a lot of ways you can take advantage of this great mechanic. One way you can utilize this attack mechanic is by using Cheryl. Cheryl can heal all damage from each of your evolution Pokemon, but if you do, you discard all energy from the Pokemon that were healed this way. So Cheryl does not only heal one Pokemon, but all of your evolution Pokemon. So be careful using this too because you might accidentally discard all the energy from the Pokemon you need to attack with. So after attacking with G-Max Cyclone, you can move all your energy to another Pokemon, and even if your active Sandaconda VMAX gets attacked, you can just fully heal it with Cheryl without losing any energy in play. The downside to this, however, is that Sandaconda VMAX has 3 retreat costs, which can make it a lot harder for you to retreat into another Pokemon from the bench. So while Cheryl can be very effective, we have other options to heal. It is possible to set up 2 Sandaconda VMAX and just switch between them and keep healing the one that was damaged and continue attacking this way. But again, because of the high retreat cost, it might not be that easy to do. Another great option is with the help of Malo and Lana. You can use this as plain switch, or you can discard 2 cards from your hand. You can switch and also heal the Pokemon you move to the bench by 120 HP. This is definitely a better alternative to switch Sandaconda VMAX out of the active after transferring its energy to another Pokemon. I still think Cheryl is useful in some situations, so I would still keep it in this build, but Malo and Lana is great for switching and healing Sandaconda VMAX at the same time, although it doesn't heal as much as Cheryl. And I have 1 copy of Palpad, so we can recycle 2 supporter cards from the discard pile to the deck, which means we have a chance to reuse Cheryl or Malo and Lana late game. And since we can basically switch energies around with G-Max Cyclone, I thought of just flooding our board with a lot of energies. That's why I'm using 2 copies of B. Discard the top 5 cards of your deck and attach any energy cards you discarded in this way to your benched fighting Pokemon in any way you like. While you won't always find an energy when you use B, it's still a great way to thin out your deck as well. As for my backup attackers, first I'm using one line of Rapid Strike URSHIFU VMAX. It has 330 HP with a 2 retreat cost and a weakness to Psychic. This actually partners well with Sandaconda VMAX because you can always make a switch between these two depending on your weakness to your current matchup. For example, you can focus on using Sandaconda VMAX if you face off against Shadow Rider GALARIAN VMAX. Rapid Strike URSHIFU has 2 attacks. The first one is Gale Thrust. For 1 fighting energy, it will do 30 plus damage, but if this Pokemon switched from the bench to the active during your turn, this will deal 150 damage instead, which is a great damage output for just 1 energy. Its second attack is G-Max Rapid Flow. For 2 fighting and 1 colorless energy, it will deal 120 damage to any 2 of your opponent's Pokemon in play. This is great for late game setup, especially after you've already softened up your opponent's Pokemon with Sandaconda VMAX Sand Pulse attack. URSHIFU can finish off a lot of 2 or 3 prizers using this attack, hitting multiple targets. And you can even increase this attack if you have Telescopic Sight equipped, which will bring it to 150 damage to your opponent's bench Pokemon V or GX. Another great Pokemon that we have in this build is GALARIAN ZAPDOS V, also new in the Chilling Reign set. It's a fighting type Pokemon with 200 HP, it has 1 retreat cost and is weak to Psychic. It has the ability Fighting Instinct. This Pokemon's attack costs 1 colorless less for each of your opponent's Pokemon V in play. Its attack is Thunderous Kick. For 1 fighting and 3 colorless energy, it will deal 170 HP. And the effect of this attack is actually really good too. Before doing damage, discard a special energy from your opponent's active Pokemon. This can become really disruptive in some matchups. So against Eternatus VMAX, which is weak against fighting type, and its typical build uses a lot of Crobat V, you can use GALARIAN ZAPDOS V's attack for just 1 energy. And since we are using Stone Fighting Energy, we can utilize this to make Zapdos even tankier. And not only that, I will also be using Galarian Chestplate Tool card. And if the Pokemon this card is attached to has Galarian in its name, which GALARIAN ZAPDOS V has, it takes 30 less damage from attack. So with the combination of the Stone Fighting Energy, GALARIAN ZAPDOS V can reduce damage it received from 30 or up to 110 less damage, making it very hard to take down, which is pretty awesome. So GALARIAN ZAPDOS V is just an overall good addition to this build, which allows you to potentially attack for 170 damage with just 1 energy, and it can tank a lot of hits. As for the support Pokemon, for consistency, I have 2 Snorlax with the Gormandize ability. While it ends your turn, you can draw cards until you have 7 in your hand. I also have Kricketune V, more for its exciting stage ability. Once during your turn, you can draw until you have 3 in your hand, or you can draw until you have 4 cards in your hand if this Pokemon is in the active spot. And finally, I have 1 Crobat V for its Dark Acid ability. When you play this Pokemon from your hand to the bench, you can draw until you have 7 cards in your hand. As for the item cards, first I have Echoing Horn. I find this useful against Decidueye decks because you can utilize Rapid Strike URSHIFU VMAX to hit multiple targets before Decidueye can fully evolve. And by using Echoing Horn, you can force your opponent to bench a Pokemon you can knock out, which can open up a win condition to a supposed unwinnable matchup. And I guess it's appropriate to also mention at this time that I'm also using 1 copy of Phoebe in this build. During your turn, damage from your Pokemon's VMAX attack isn't affected by any effects on your opponent's active Pokemon. This is great for countering Zamazenta V or Decidueye matchups. The other item cards I have are Evolution Incense, Ordinary Rod, Quick Ball, Switch, which is very important since most of our major attackers have really high retreat cost. And I also have 2 Martial Arts Dojo Stadium, which increases the attack of any Pokemon with a basic fighting energy attached to it by 10 damage or 40 damage if you are behind on prizes. And now for our other supporter cards I haven't yet mentioned, I'm using 2 copies of Bird Keeper, which is again great for switching and it allows you to draw 3 extra cards. I have 2 Boss's Orders, 2 Marnie, 2 Professor's Research, and 2 Skyla, which is important I think to find our Telescopic Sight, because Telescopic Sight really does make a difference and is a key part of our Sandaconda VMAX strategy. I do only have 8 basic fighting energy along with 4 stone fighting energy for a total of 12 energies. I wish I could add more energy, but unfortunately I don't have any more space in this build. And that's pretty much it. My deck list will be in the description below, but enough talk. Let's see how this build works. Alright, so our opponent chooses to go first. We are going to go second. We have Sandaconda V to start with, which actually I don't really mind starting with Sandaconda V. Being able to set up with 1 energy, and then we have Sandaconda VMAX on our hand already. We can definitely start doing some chip damage on our opponent as soon as possible. Although we won't be able to evolve because we are not going first, but at least we do have an advantage on this matchup. We are facing off against Zeraora V with a Chinchino engine, so they're going to be drawing a lot of cards. They already have a twin energy on Zeraora V, but they'll only be hitting for 100 damage, which it could still be very significant, but at least we're hitting for weakness, and I hope we're able to knock out this Zeraora as soon as possible. I'm just gonna get myself a Crobat V. I'm gonna use Skyla to get myself let's see, telescopic sight is a good way to go. I'm just gonna empty out my hand. I'm not gonna draw anything. Use Crobat B to draw 4, and there's our first energy. Unfortunately, we won't be able to attack just yet, and they could just bump out our stadium, so I think I'll just leave it in my hand, and I'm just gonna pass, because these Zeraora V builds, they do use the Tower of Waters, which gives them 2 colorless energy retreat costs less, giving them free retreats basically, these rapid strike Pokemon. So there's the Blaziken V, typical Zeraora V Blaziken VMAX combo, and they're gonna Marnie us. We get more energy, especially that stone energy is gonna help out. And that's what I mean. That 30 defense on this Sandaconda V makes it really versatile. And if you add in the stone energy, it's gonna receive basically 50 damage less. And Zeraora V will only be dealing 50 damage. But if it does, if its attacks effect do take effect, then it will deal 160 damage to one of our bench Pokemon. So we gotta watch out for that. So let's get ahead of them. Let's use Quick Ball to get ourselves Rapid Strike URSHIFU V, I think. Or let me just get another Sandaconda V, that's fine. And let's see. That's gonna give us more defense anyways. I'm just gonna switch into Snorlax, and I'm just gonna Gormandize. Unfortunately, we lost all of that Sandaconda VMAX from the beginning. We could have already started dealing chip damage if we had only been able to evolve into Sandaconda VMAX, but that Marnie really got us. And they're also using telescopic sight, and you know, with Passimian, they're probably using Passimian in this build. They can start hitting for 220 damage between these two Zeraora Vs. If they can just switch between them, they'll be hitting 220 damage to the bench every turn. So they're gonna start off with this Blaziken VMAX, and that's exactly 130 damage to knock out our Snorlax, unfortunately. And now they have 2 Zeraoras. It's starting to build up, so we have to really start knocking out some of these Pokemon. We have Boss's Order, might as well knock this guy out. Land Crush for 280. We are hitting for weakness. That's one less Zeraora V we have to worry about. We have another Telescopic Sight B, which could help us energize. Although, you know, with 12 energies and we already have 3 attached and 4 on our hand, the likelihood of us getting more energies if we use B is not very likely. Although we could get one. That's an extra energy accelerated. But they're gonna Marnie us, which is okay with me, I guess. Just give me a Sandaconda VMAX or Evolution Incense, whatever. There's the Sandaconda VMAX that I was looking for. So not only can we heal, look at that. See what I mean? That 30 defense sand wall is amazing. It just gives us more life, you know? Tank more hits. That's why I prefer this than the Rebel Clash Sandaconda. We have another Sandaconda V. We can use Malo and Lana, but I'm not sure. Yeah, we can use Malo and Lana. We can probably discard, let's see, we can discard this and probably Bird Keeper. And we can switch back. Let's use Cricketune V's Exciting Stage, which will draw us 2 cards. And we get Dojo, so we can kick out their stadium, switch back into Sandaconda V, and then we will evolve into Sandaconda VMAX. And you know what? Let's let Land Crush this guy first. The reason why I don't want to evolve just yet, because we're taking less damage, so that's basically 90 less damage taken. We have 2 stone energies attached to Sandaconda V, plus the 30 with its ability. Oh wait, no, not 90. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Minus 70 damage from their attack. So we're only receiving 60 damage. If we evolved into Sandaconda VMAX, we would be receiving was that 4? We would be receiving 90 damage. So we have another stadium on our hands, so we can just bump out theirs. 170. That's doable. So we can evolve into Sandaconda VMAX, and we can knock out this Blaziken VMAX. That will get us 3 prizes, and we get Cheryl too. Let's go ahead and GMAX Cyclone, knock out this Blaziken VMAX. I could transfer 1 energy to this Sandaconda V, which could give it an extra defense against Zeraora V's attack. Even if they hit for 220, we will receive less damage from that attack. So Sandaconda V is amazing. They can't knock out our Sandaconda VMAX, and they're gonna target Cricketune V, but they're just gonna scoop. All right, good game. All right, so our opponent's gonna choose to go first. And we're gonna start off with Sandaconda V. We're not gonna use Rapid Strike Urshifu yet, because they're using Psychic type, which Urshifu is weak against. So most likely Sandaconda VMAX would be great against this matchup. So they're using Cursola V, which is very annoying because of all that chip damage. But you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and just play Rapid Strike Urshifu, which could really help out in that multiple damage target later on. And they won't be able to knock it out with 1 hit anyway. So I'll go ahead and use the Quick Ball, get Crobat, draw 3. We get an energy again. Use another Quick Ball, discard Cheryl to get myself a Cricketune V. And should I use Professor's Research, but then we'll lose Cheryl and Malo and Lana. I don't think it's worth it. Yeah, we already have 1 Cheryl in the discard pile. We do have Palpad, but I don't want to risk it. We might need it later on. So now our opponent, oh man, there's the Crushing Hammer. Yes, okay, they get Tails off of that. Carolus, which will get them Rare Fossil. Most likely they're gonna be using the dinosaur with the attach energy, and then the ability, if you attach an energy, you get 2 extra damage counter, which is really annoying. What's the name of that? Dracozolt, I think that's what it was. Let's see, we have an energy. Let's just go ahead and attach it to Sandaconda V. We are receiving less damage anyways, and we're not weak against the psychic, so we should be able to survive. Let me just do Malo and Lana for now. Kricketune V. Let me draw 3 cards with this. We have Sandaconda VMAX. Let's see. Should we evolve? See, the thing is, yeah, I mean, the thing is, Sandaconda V receives less damage. That's the thing. You can really utilize that ability if you really want to. Arctozolt, that's the name. Okay. So each time we attach now, we're going to be receiving 50 damage counters just for attaching an energy from our hand to our Pokemon. So unfortunately, that damage counter will still do a lot of damage. I'm just going to go ahead and evolve into Sandaconda VMAX, use Palpad to get Cheryl and Malo and Lana back to our deck. And I'll probably just use Exciting Stage to get 2 cards. Boss's Orders. I can use Quick Ball, set up another Sandaconda. Let me just get rid of Marnie, and let's get this Sandaconda full art. Why not? Use Professor's Research. We have a switch. Let's go switch back into Sandaconda V in the active, and let's start doing some spread damage against our opponent. So unfortunately, they have horror energy attached to their Cursola V in the active, so we are receiving 40 damage counters, and there's no way we can prevent that from happening. But that's fine. We have a lot of ways to heal up, and they're gonna keep targeting this our Kricketune. So one more hit, our Kricketune will get knocked out. But you know what? I'm probably just gonna use Malo and Lana so that we can heal it back up, and that will prevent our opponent from getting 2 prizes off of our Kricketune, and that will keep our drawing engine to keep going. So I went ahead and discarded Zapdos. I'm just gonna Sand Pulse, keep doing some chip damage on our opponent. So we don't really need Zapdos here, especially it's weak against Psychic. It's just gonna be a liability. I'm a little bit more confident with Rapid Strike URSHIFU VMAX because we can hit a lot of targets in the same time. And if I get to use the GMAX Cyclone, I can transfer those energies onto Rapid Strike URSHIFU and do the final blow. And we're just gonna keep hitting for this spread damage from Sandaconda V. Even that one energy is doing a lot of damage to our opponent's bench. We are at the brink of getting knocked out here. We need some type of... Oh, we get Birdkeeper, which is good, but it's still gonna hit us. If their Cursola V attacks, it's gonna do some damage counters on us, and they're gonna be able to knock out our Sandaconda VMAX. Oh, we don't get Sandaconda VMAX evolution for the one in the active, so we're stuck here. I'm just gonna use Ordinary Rod. Let's just get this guy back. Maybe we can use it and get another energy. Not much I could do here. I will lose 3 prizes because they will be able to knock out our Sandaconda VMAX in the bench. And they do their stupid hammer. Yeah, Cursola V actually is really annoying. I've played some who use Old Cemetery as well, which adds additional damage counters when you attach energy. And the same thing, they use Arctozold and Cursola V, which is, man, it does a lot of damage. So let's go ahead and use B. We do get a few energies. Let's see, how many did we get? Is it just one? Sometimes I don't know how many energies I get from using B, but at least we got one energy, and I'll just attach it to the one on the bench. At least the one in the active is receiving less damage because of the ability. So Wall of Sand is doing its thing. So we're basically tanking some hits. We're stalling until we get our VMAX evolution here. We get a Snorlax. I don't know if it's wise to... I'm just gonna use B again. Ooh, we get another energy. Alright, cool. That's less damage counters. I'm just gonna use Land Crush here to finally knock out this Cursola V, which is very annoying. So we get 2 prizes for this. We have a Stone Energy and a Fighting Energy. So we're in range to knock this guy out too. We have good defense. So Sandaconda V doing its thing. We don't even need Sandaconda VMAX in this match. Although, you know, it will help if we can tank some more hits. But, you know, between the VMAX and the Sandaconda V, it's actually really good. It's pretty balanced in its defense. Sandaconda VMAX is bulky. Sandaconda V has the ability Wall of Sand, which makes it bulky in a sense that it receives less damage, which is really great. They have the helmet, which if you hit it, the energy goes back to your hand. So they have really good tech cards that really focus on disrupting energy attachment, and so it will deal a lot of damage counters when your opponent attach an energy from their hand. So they've got a pretty interesting build, but we will survive this attachment of energy. I'm gonna go ahead and use Marnie. Hopefully we get something here. Nothing again. We have Skyla, so we can get probably an evolution incense or something in the next turn. Let me just use Land Crush here. 20 damage. Okay, you know what, let me just pass. We have 30 defense plus the Stone Energy, so they should only be hitting for 10 damage counter on our Sandaconda V. So we can stall one more turn here. They're gonna Marnie us. Let's see. Come on, give me a Sandaconda VMAX. There you go. It was hiding all the way underneath our... Oh, okay. So now they're at 2. Our Sandaconda V survives with 10 HP. Can you believe that? So much defense. Let's go ahead and evolve into Sandaconda VMAX. We have the ability, we have the capability of transferring all this energy, and we can even use Skyla to remove liability here. I'm just gonna knock out this Cursola V. We can remove. Let's transfer 3 energies on our Rapid Strike URSHIFU V, and we're just gonna click done here. Oh, that's right, they had the helmet, so the energy goes back into our hand. Oh, we get Malo and Lana, which is great. It's a lot safer. We can switch out our Sandaconda VMAX and heal it at the same time, so we should be safe here. Rapid Strike URSHIFU is weak against Psychic though, so let's see what we can do here. We need 2 more. We need 2 more prizes to go. So if we can evolve into Rapid Strike URSHIFU VMAX, that'll be game. Oh well, you know what? They have Mew, so we won't be able to hit it anyways. we won't be able to hit it anyway, so we can't get our 2 prizes by hitting the bench. We will have to take down this Cursola. So with Cheryl, we healed back our Sandaconda VMAX to full HP, but again, it received damage because of all those stupid abilities. I'm just going to continue with the Sand Pulse, chip damage on this Cursola V, and we can just finish it off with our Rapid Strike URSHIFU V. So even if we don't use URSHIFU VMAX, Rapid Strike URSHIFU V actually has that 100 strike attack, which can deal 150 damage, and we can just continue to use that, and that's all we need, and it will survive even with those horror energy attached on Cursola V. So yeah, don't underestimate Cursola V. It may seem like a very weak Pokemon, but with all the tech cards that it uses, Old Cemetery, Horror Energy, Arctozolt, the helmet which removes energy, chip damage here and there can really knock out a lot of Pokemon. So you can see they're at 1 prize left. So unfortunately for them though, we have this in the bag. All we have to do is use Malo and Lana. We can even heal back this Sandaconda VMAX by discarding these 2 energies, and we can just finish this off with 100 Furious Blows, winning us the 2 last prizes for game. So good game. Alright, on to our next match, and we keep losing our coin flips for some reason, and we haven't been able to go first so far, and we're gonna mulligan here. We are up against a dark type matchup here. We're gonna start with the Sandaconda V. Okay, they have Krogunk in their active. There's a Coughing, and we got Galarian Moltres V and Crobat V. Okay, and Eternatus V. It's an Eternatus VMAX deck that utilizes Wheezing, probably the one that turns off abilities. So we have Boss's Order. We can I'm just gonna go ahead and use Professor's Research. I know there's a lot of good cards there, but I really need to start off with an energy here. Palpad, just get these 2 back. We have Telescopic Sight. Let's just attach those 2. Use Quick Ball, get our Crobat so we can draw into 6. Malo and Lana, more energies. We can set up some more Pokemon here using Quick Ball. Let's go ahead and discard Phoebe, and I'm just gonna get Snorlax so that we can draw into more cards later on. So I could probably just switch out using Malo and Lana, but we need to set up a lot quicker than this. That way we can tank Eternatus VMAX 270 attack damage. So they're gonna Marnie. Okay, we have Cheryl, we have more Sandaconda V, and we have B and Birdkeeper. They're gonna switch into their Galarian Wheezing, which turns off all abilities. Now I can't use my Snorlax, which is very annoying. So now, what are we gonna do? I'm gonna Birdkeeper this Sandaconda V. Hopefully we get an energy. We do. However, we don't get a VMAX. I was hoping for a VMAX actually. That way we can start hitting their bench. But I'm just gonna go ahead and play another Sandaconda V. Even if they knock out the one in the active, we have reserves, right? We have reserves. There's the Eternatus VMAX. Man, where are my Sandaconda VMAX? I really, you can really start doing some serious damage early on in the game. only if you can get your VMAX set up, which is kind of annoying. We're already almost halfway through our deck here, and we still haven't gotten our Sandaconda VMAX. We have Rapid Strike URSHIFU VMAX, which is great. Let's use B. Hopefully we can get some more energies here. I can put some on Rapid Strike URSHIFU. Again, I don't know. I really can't tell how many energies you get off of that B. But that's fine. We'll split it into two. Sandaconda V and Rapid Strike URSHIFU. So now, Rapid Strike URSHIFU can use Gale Thrust as long as we can switch out. And it's one energy less to worry about so that we can use its Gmax Rapid Flow. And we can hit multiple targets later on near the end of the game if we need to. So we have Boss's Order. I think I'm going to use that to switch this Wheezing out of the active. But we can't even switch out, so I don't even know what to do here. I can just attach this energy on Rapid Strike URSHIFU and just pass. That will knock out our Sandaconda V. That's 2 prizes for our opponent. So I'm gonna switch into Snorlax. Unless they switch in and attack Snorlax. Snorlax should be able to survive the poison from this Galarian Wheezing. So I don't think they have... do they have the guts or the courage? Oh, they're gonna Boss's Order. And they're gonna boss our Rapid Strike URSHIFU. I was gonna say, because a lot of their Pokemon is weak against fighting, so they will be a little bit hesitant to just drop any Pokemon in their active, but they're gonna use Crobat VMAX, which can do hit and run, and they're gonna switch back into their Galarian Wheezing, which is kind of cool. It's a cool combo. Turns off the abilities of your opponent's Pokemon. Let me just go ahead and boss. Let's see. I could boss Eternatus. I'm gonna retreat. And I'm just gonna Gormandize, I think, here. Let me just go use Ordinary Rod. Let's get these two back into the deck. That will shuffle our deck, and hopefully we can finally get into some Sandaconda VMAX, you know? Let's Gormandize, come on. Okay, we get one. That's good, and a switch, which is really great. So hopefully they don't Marnie us. No! When we finally found our Sandaconda VMAX, our opponent goes ahead and Marnies. Well, you know what? Here. We found another Sandaconda VMAX, which is great. Unfortunately, they have Tool Scrapper, which will remove our Telescopic Sight. So now we don't have any more Telescopic Sight. And we're just going to depend on some, a little bit less chip damage here. Let's go ahead and Bird Keeper into Sandaconda V. Yeah, let's just get rid of that. And let's evolve. Put an energy on Rapid Strike. And I think I will just Gmax Cyclone, or I could just Sand Pulse everybody. Let's just Sand Pulse everybody, yeah. So we won't quite knock out this Galarian Wheezing, which is okay. It can retreat, but even if they retreat, they can't knock out our Sandaconda VMAX, and we can retaliate by knocking out, say, their Eternatus VMAX. But they're just gonna continue to use Crobat VMAX for the hit and run. Okay, yeah. but they do hit for less because of our stone energies, but we will get poisoned, and they have Toxic Croak to increase poison damage. So let's continue to energize our Rapid Strike URSHIFU VMAX. And I could use GMAX Cyclone, but I'll just use Sand Pulse to get our first energy, and now we're hitting for chip damage against all of their Pokemons. Eternatus VMAX still has 300 HP, which is still pretty bulky. We can use Gale Thrust to finish it off with one hit using Rapid Strike URSHIFU, which will deal 150 damage, double that, 300. But now they can just knock out our Sandaconda VMAX. So with that poison and the huge amount of damage, they can knock it out, which will get them 3 prizes. So one way we can actually deal with this, since we have Galarian Zapdos V, we can even use it. But then you know what? Yeah, you know what? Yeah, we could do that. Let me. Yeah, they have 1 prize left to go, so we have to really think carefully here. If they have boss's order and their boss are Snorlax, that'll be game. So I think they can also knock out our Rapid Strike URSHIFU. We'll need those energies to retreat back. I could just hit 2 of their Pokemon, but that's only gonna get us 4 prizes if. Yeah, but you know what? Let me just retreat into Zapdos. I can use Cheryl, but you know, Snorlax is still in danger. Let's just Thunderous Kick for 1 energy because they have a lot of Vs in their bench. At least they don't have any Eternatus VMAX left set up in their bench, so they'll have to discard all that Pokemon to leave just 5 in the bench. And we get Malo and Lana, Dojo, and the Horn. Damage from this Moltres. Galarian Zapdos V should survive. 180 damage. We're 1 damage short of knocking out that Galarian Moltres. But if they have a Zigzagoon, they can chip damage our Zapdos, and then Moltres can actually knock it out. Tool Jammer, okay, Stealth Poison. They're just gonna continue to do their hit and run. Yeah, their Crobat VMAX still can't knock out Zapdos. We have Sandaconda VMAX here. We can put an energy, switch out with Malo and Lana, heal up our Zapdos V. Yeah, but they have boss's order, so you know what, let's use Echoing Horn, put Crobat in their bench, which will block any of their Pokemon. They can't draw into they can't use Crobat to draw into more cards. So that the Horn is actually pretty good. It's good for filling up your opponent's bench, and that can be very disruptive. You can use Malo and Lana here. Let's just discard the Dojo and the Quick Ball, and let's just go ahead and continue to use Sand Pulse here. Now we get another prize off of this Galarian Weezing. But all they need is a boss. They can boss our Snorlax and they can win the game. But if they can't knock out our Sandaconda VMAX, what we could do is hopefully we can get some, like a retreat card or something, and we can promote our Galarian Zapdos V and just finish off this Moltres. So let's see what we get off of our top card. They're gonna use Aura Burn, 30 damage. Ooh, there's Malo and Lana. Oh my goodness, there it is. Well played. Let's go ahead and just switch. We can even heal. And Zapdos will just win us this game. Thunderous Kick against this Moltres V for game. Ah, that was a close one. Good game. So on to our next match. Finally, we win a coin flip and I will go first. We start off with the Snorlax, which is great for setting up early on. We have a quick ball. We can start setting up our Sandaconda V. We have Stone Energy, and we are facing off against a Zacian V and also Steelix V. So we can get rid of that one energy. We can always just rod it, ordinary rod that one back. Put the Stone Energy on Sandaconda V. I'll just go ahead and use the Dojo so I can get more off of this Gormandice, and we get 2 more Sandaconda V and an energy. So Steelix V, this one can be very formidable if you're not paying attention, because the more damage it receives, it adds 10 more to its attack damage. So just gotta watch out for that. Make sure that it doesn't build up enough momentum, which may be able to knock out any of our Pokemon, so we just gotta watch out for that. And they're also using Zamazenta V with this one energy. Let me just switch off into our Sandaconda VMAX. Come on, give me a Sandaconda VMAX. Let's go. Oh, we don't. Yeah, I was hoping for a VMAX. I did take a chance off of that one, but I didn't get what I wanted. So let me just get Quick Ball. Maybe we can get it from this Crobat V. Let's just thin out our hand first. Crobat V, come on. Give us the VMAX. Ooh, we do not. Well, that's that. So we're just going to have to pass here. So now Sandaconda V will have to take in some damage here if our opponent do choose to attack us. Which is kind of, which is not good. I did take a chance there. I don't know if that was a good move. I don't know. For professional players, I don't know if it's a risk one would take in a real competition, or would you just play it safe and just keep using Gormandice? If you guys were in my position, what would you do? Although the Wall of Sand is doing great, with the help of Stone Energy, we don't receive any damage from Steelix. Let me just switch back into Snorlax. Let's see, we can use Quick Ball. Let me just Gormandize for 1. That's fine. We get another Stone Energy, which is great. So yeah, we are going really slow here. And it's just giving our opponent more chance to set up, which is I don't really like. I don't really like the pace that this is going. Let's see. I can start energizing Rapid Strike Urshifu. There's a chance that we can use its if we evolve it into a VMAX, we can use its GMAX Rapid Flow for multiple targets. But let's just Gormandize. Alright, cool. So we get a switch and also a Sandaconda VMAX. Now we can start doing some chip damage here. And the great thing about Sandaconda VMAX is that it's not gonna damage this Steelix V too much to the point that it's gonna deal a lot of damage because of the damage counter it receives. So we get another Sandaconda VMAX off of our top deck. So let's just go ahead and evolve these two gonna switch into Sandaconda VMAX in the active, and I'm just gonna start using finally our sand pulse, which with the telescopic sight, it's now dealing 50 damage to our opponent's GX and V Pokemon, which is kind of cool. They are able to now switch around their metal type energy because of that Bronzong. So we would be able to tank a lot of hits though because of the Sandaconda. The stone energy definitely is helping out in this matchup, but slowly but surely we are going to be hitting. We're going to be spreading a lot of damage to our opponent, and with the help of the dojo, we're dealing 10 more damage to our opponent's active. So they are going to switch into ADP. I don't know if they're going to use Altered Creation or just start attacking. Let's see what they do. Unfortunately, the G-Max Cyclone will not be able to knock out this ADP just yet. So our opponent is just going to use Altered Creation GX. Let me just go ahead and energize our Rapid Strike Urshifu, get Evolution Incense, and unfortunately we don't have a Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX. It is prized. So let's just thin out the deck, and I'm just gonna keep attacking with this Sand Pulse. So we should be safe even if this ADP attacks us. Oh, and they're gonna heal with the Pokemon Center Lady. Even if their ADP attacks, we can use Malo and Lana to heal it back up and switch into another Pokemon. See, the thing is, we are receiving enough damage that it will knock out our Sandaconda VMAX. So we can't really use the G-Max Cyclone here, otherwise we'll lose for we're gonna lose for prizes. So I'm just gonna Malo and Lana. I'm gonna discard this Sandaconda VMAX and probably just sacrifice the Galarian Breastplate and switch into our new Sandaconda VMAX to keep using Sand Pulse for more chip damage against our opponent. So now I just gotta watch out for that Steelix V, but I don't think it's gonna deal enough damage to knock out our Sandaconda VMAX. So we should still be safe. Again, I just have to keep watch of those switching cards because our Sandaconda VMAX is sort of stuck in the active right now because it requires 3 retreat cost, and with just that 1 energy, although we are dealing chip damage, we can easily lose 4 prizes if we just leave it defenseless in the active. They're gonna switch out into Mew tag team, Mewtwo and Mew tag team. Okay, so they're gonna Bronzong, and then it can keep attacking with Ultimate Ray. Unless they have another GX Pokemon in their discard pile with another attack that they can copy. Which they don't right now, so yeah, I think Ultimate Ray is the only attack that they can use right now, really. Okay, yeah. So 180 damage, that's a full damage. We don't have any defense, we don't have any stone energy on our active right now, so I mean, they are at that KO range. We can just continue to use Sand Pulse. 170. This one's almost knocked out. We get a Bird Keeper, which we can switch out. We won't heal, but at least they won't be able to take 4 prizes off of that Sandaconda. Let's just keep energizing this. Maybe that will help us later on. And I'm gonna go and should I just continue with the sand pulse? Yeah, let's just do that. The more damage we do, we have 4 targets basically in our opponent's bench. So pretty soon, oh, they're gonna heal up the Zacian V. But probably 2 more turns we can take multiple prizes here. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to use... This would have been easy. This would have been an easy prize, multiple prize for us if we only had Rapid Strike URSHIFU VMAX, but we don't. It only has 30 HP, this Steelix V, so it's gonna be dealing 250? Yeah, 250 damage. Not enough though to, well, you know what? With increased damage, 280. But we have Stone Energy, so we should be able to survive with 20 HP, right? $260. There it is. Yeah, 20 HP. Look at that. Let's see. We have a few bosses order here. Let's go ahead and finish off this Bronzong Sand Pulse. And that will give us 3 prizes. And they're at the brink of knockouts here. They can get 4 prizes off of our Sandaconda VMAX, but our Sandaconda in the bench can keep using Sand Pulse, and yeah, 30 HP. Mew is the only one that will survive, and also Zamazenta V. So, you know, we only need 3 more prizes. Unless they can heal up their Zacian or their Arceus, Dialga, and Palkia. We're gonna take 5 prizes just by using Sand Pulse this entire game, which is insane. Can you can you believe Sandaconda VMAX? That's all we've been doing, just healing, just keep using Sand Pulse, and we basically won this whole game just by doing that. That's crazy. Yeah, I've been enjoying really playing with Sandaconda VMAX. It's a pretty casual. For me, it's a very casual VMAX to play. You just basically relax, just tank a lot of hits, heal, and then just keep using Sand Pulse to spread damage. They also use Applin, I guess. I'm not sure which one they use it for. Is it the one that does chip damage? Okay, so now their Zamazenta is able to knock out our active. They get 4 prizes for that. But now we have boss's order. We can actually get 6 prizes technically off of this off of this attack. So let's get Applin into the active. Sand Pulse. There it is. That's 6 prizes right there, guys. 6 prizes. 1 attack using Sandaconda VMAX, which is crazy. Good game. All right, we win the coin flip. Finally, another one. We will choose to go first, and Sandaconda, of course, will go into the active. And let's just end our turn. Wait for our opponent mulligan, and for them to set up their basic Pokemon into their active. Okay. Wow, 11. What? What is this? All right, that's fine. Let's set up these guys. Okay, they're using a Blissey V deck, which I still have to actually build myself. I want to find out what are the pros and cons and strength and weaknesses of Blissey V. I need to know. So let's go ahead and set all these up. We have Dojo, we have I mean, they have 3 V Pokemon, so we can actually attack with Zapdos V with just 1 energy. But yeah, Blissey V is weak against fighting, but that was the first energy card that they have was weakness guard energy. So now Blissey V will not be, it's not going to get knocked out easily with this one turn. One thing I do know about Blissey V though is that unless it can deal damage, it's not going to draw any card from the discard, any energy from the discard. So, but it's strong enough to hit 40 because it the Path to the Peak is turning off our Sandaconda V's ability, which is kind of annoying. Let's put an energy on Sandaconda VMAX and let's just attack. Oh dang it, I forgot the Path to the Peak is turning off GALARIAN ZAPDOS V's ability, so we couldn't attack. So we just switched into Sandaconda VMAX to just do a land pulse and just deal all that damage to all their Pokemon. Anyways, with the telescopic sight, we're dealing 50 damage, which is a pretty significant amount of damage on their bench. So that's a good thing. We have another Sandaconda VMAX all ready to go. We have a bunch of energy that we can use to keep using our land pulse, and we can even switch and heal using Malo and Lana, which is great. So here comes Blissey V with all that energy going into being attached to their active. Let's go ahead and evolve into Sandaconda VMAX. I'm gonna use Skyla to get a stadium to bump out this path, this annoying Path to the Peak. So now we can use our Zapdos V, and now its ability is working. Let's go look for a Rapid Strike VMAX. We don't have it, it's prized. So let's just attack with Thunderous Kick here. Oh dude, I didn't know the effect of the attack. So let's remove then the weakness guard energy so that we can hit for weakness against this Blissey V, giving us 2 prizes. Dude, Zapdos V! Galarian Zapdos V is actually OP against this Blissey V build. Dude. So okay, so Blissey V, the effect of its attack should read that if it deals damage to the opposing Pokemon, it's able to get energy from the discard pile. But because of such a big defense off of Zapdos V, it doesn't hit, it doesn't build up energy, and we can just keep attacking for weakness against this Blissey V. This is broken, dude. Zapdos V. Oh my gosh. Galarian Zapdos V is definitely leaving a impression on me. Just how awesome it is. It's so bulky. Yeah, I haven't actually thought of how useful the effect of its attack is. Being able to discard before it deals damage, it removes special energy from your opponent's active Pokemon, which is awesome. So there's the weakness guard again. We have Malo and Lana, we have Birdkeeper. Let's see, we can probably use Birdkeeper maybe. Let's just switch back into Galarian Zapdos V. Let's put this telescopic sight and Thunderous Kick once again. Let's remove that weakness guard energy so we can hit for weakness to get our last 2 prizes against this Blissey V deck. This is insane. Galarian Zapdos V wins the game. Sandaconda VMAX is such a fun card to build a deck around. Not only can you attack and spread damage for 1 energy, you also have options to move your energies around the board, which can contribute to an awesome winning strategy. And with the help of Rapid Strike URSHIFU VMAX, you can easily win games by hitting multiple targets that have already been weakened by Sandaconda VMAX. And how awesome is Galarian Zapdos V? It's tanky and has the potential to attack with just 1 energy. I really had fun building this deck, and the synergy and combination with all the cards in this deck is just amazing. And that's it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please don't forget to smash that like button. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and please subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, stay safe and have a great day.